Hey everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here for another Swiss M15 draft. Pretty easy Soul of Theros pickup here. Let's look what else is in the pack. We've got Encrust, Meteorite, Broodkeeper, Caustic Tar, Heliod's Pilgrim. A lot of solid playables here. Siege Worm's fine, Shaman of Spring, Research Assistant. A lot of good playables in here. In fact, the worst cards are probably Mind Rot, Wall of Fire, Miner's Bane. So that's a pretty good sign. But yes, pretty easy Soul of Theros pickup. This guy's insane. First strike and lifelink, huh? Jeez. And he's a 6/6 vigilance. What didn't they give that guy? Okay, so follow-up pick. We can do, well, let's see. The best card in this pack is presumably Willforged Golem, more likely Invasive Species. So for white, to stay on point with Soul of Theros, we've got Razorfoot Griffin, which is fine, Sanctified Charge, which is fine too, and Heliod's Pilgrim, which is pretty good. If you can get some Oppressive Rays and Mark of Honor, Divine Favor, something like that. So the question, do I pick up Invasive Species just for the sole reason because it's the best card in this pack? Probably not. I could just as easily pick up Razorfoot Griffin and be pretty happy. And I might do that. He's a 4-drop, yes, but he's a pretty good one. First strike is not irrelevant. He also flies. It's a good ability set. I do like the Willforged Golem too, and it turns on random stuff as well. And I do like the Heliod's Pilgrim, but I think I'll go with the Griffin. I'll get the flyer. That's got, yeah. Okay. So now we have Verdant Haven to ramp, but we have another Razorfoot Griffin. We have Marked by Honor, Boonweaver Giant, Foil Kirkesh Onaki Ancient, who's pretty good. Let's see here. Paragon of Gathering Mists. Got a Blue Lord in there. That's not bad. Cursed Spirit. He's got Intimidate. It's actually a lot of good non-white cards in here. I'm trying to think what the best one is. The Lord is pretty good if I knew. I mean, it's early enough where I can go blue. I just did blue-white, but the Lord is a pretty good argument to go white, or to go blue, rather. Cursed Spirit, Intimidate is very good. No denying it. And this guy's pretty efficiently costed, but I don't need to take him necessarily. Taking a second Razorfoot Griffin, I'm not opposed to it necessarily, but I think I am going to take the Paragon of Gathering Mist just because he's a Lord. They're a little bit more difficult to come by, so if blue is open, I would like to have him. We ended up getting the white Paragon now, so I think I'm going to take that. There's also Midnight Guard in here, and Encrust, which is fine. Covenant of Blood, a little bit of removal. Gargoyle Sentinel is a very good card too. I like that. But yeah, we're going to take the white Paragon because he's, or she rather, is good. Okay, so now we have Oppressive Rays or Kinsbale Skirmisher. I think I'm going to go with the Oppressive Rays on this one. I just like it. And I think it's a good removal spell. Can stop early attackers or blockers. And sometimes you get lucky mid to late game and they're tapped out and you stick it. And it's pretty much a 1-mana pacifism for a turn, which sometimes is all you need. So I do like Oppressive Rays a lot. And I think I like it more than the Skirmisher. So slam the old Oppressive Rays. Okay, so now we've got Divination, Selfless Cathar. I do like the Selfless Cathar a lot in this format, originally printed in Innistrad. And the reason I like it is there is both Triplicate Spirits, which has Convoke, which just makes cheaper, and, what is it, Raise the Alarm? But yeah, the one, just a lot of good token production, and this guy is just excellent alongside those as a way to pump out of nowhere. So Selfless Cathar is a pretty legit 1-drop in my mind, especially considering he's a common. I think he's very good. I'll take him. Also trades with a lot of the X1s in this format, which is certainly relevant. All right, Sanctified Charge. Otherwise, Siege Worm is a beater. Undergrowth Scavenger is interesting. Necrobite, some decent cards. Hot Soup's fine, but I'd rather have the Sanctified Charge. Let's get the little mini white overrun. I can pretty comfortably take Solemn Offering here. Undergrowth Scavenger is good, but I'm not sure I want it. I mean, I guess it interacts pretty positively with Selfless Cathar, which is kind of cool. But I'd still like to have the Solemn Offering. It's a good card. I think you can main deck it or sideboard it, so either option is fine. All right, so we tabled a Shaman of Spring, but we also got a Research Assistant, which pairs a little bit better with our Paragon. And it's a nice 2-drop. So I think I'm going to take the Research Assistant. All right, Sanctified Charge number 2. I'm fine with that. Getting a couple of those is pretty good. If we end up deep enough white, this card gets even better. But even if not, remember that it just pumps all your creatures regardless at instant speed. So a lot of pros, not too many cons for that card. All right, so we can take the Marked by Honor, which is a fine aura. I think I'm still fine with a second Research Assistant too. We have the blue Paragon. I can go deeper blue and still be comfortable. Otherwise, Marked by Honor is fine. Certainly not a bad card. I think it's probably better than the Research Assistant, actually. I'm going to take it. Even though maybe the Research Assistant fits in our curve a little bit better. Marked by Honor is a pretty strong card if you can resolve it. Maybe I've lost to Lava Axe already, so let's just hate that away. Alright, so I got disconnected, and I missed out on a Planeswalker, it looks like, right when I came back. It looks like I missed out on Chandra, so that sucks, but oddly enough it did pick up a Frostlynx for me, which is playable. That does suck though, you never want to miss out on a Planeswalker. Hopefully I can get through the rest of this draft without getting disconnected again, but yeah, it never feels good. Okay, so we've got Seraph of the Masses, which is a flyer, pretty powerful one. We also have Battle Mastery, Willforged Golem, Aeronaut Tinkerer, some fine cards. I think we'll take the Seraph of the Masses. I like it a lot. Like I said, it's kind of the same reasoning as before. Raise the Alarm and Triplicate Spirits are in white, so it's a good reason to pick up the Seraph of the Masses, in my mind. Okay. So now there's Gargoyle Sentinel, Midnight Guard, couple Paragon, whatever. I think we're going to take the Gargoyle Sentinel. I like the Midnight Guard a lot, I do, but the fact that this can fly, even though you have to pay for it, and it's an artifact, a lot of things about this card make me like it quite a bit, so I'm going to pick up the Sentinel here. Okay, so now we have Raise the Alarm. We also have Juggernaut. There's a Lightning Strike in here too. So Raise the Alarm is going to have more positive interaction with our Paragon, with our Sanctified Charge, with our Soul of Theros, and with our Seraph of the Masses, and with our Selfless Cathar. So even though I think Juggernaut's a better card, I'm going to take the Raise the Alarm because it's just going to work better in this deck, in my mind. So I could take the Ensoul Artifact. Currently only have one though. So it's a little less good. Could still take it on the off chance we get like a Darksteel Citadel or just some more artifacts in general. Otherwise, Ephemeral Shields is playable, not amazing. I think we'll take the Ensoul Artifact. I haven't given this card a chance yet, and I actually think it's pretty playable if we can get like 4 to 5, 4 to 6 maybe, artifacts. It's a pretty powerful card. All right, we can take Selfless Cathar number 2, and I think that's fine over the Ephemeral Shields. I'm fine with that. Okay, so we could take the Glacial Crasher, but I think we'll take the Ephemeral Shields now. Pretty good black cards remaining in here. Like Flesh to Dust that late is pretty uncommon, I would think. But I don't want to move into it. I kind of want to see if I can't make this Ensoul Artifact plan work because I've never done it. Yeah, there we go. So, ooh. Well, I was going to say Table in Crust, but we did just get into Johnny's Pride Mate. Do I have any life gain currently? I have Solemn Offering. and Soul of Theros. I think there's enough upside to Pride Mate where I want to take it. I can figure out how to gain life in other ways. Otherwise, Encrust is fine, but Pride Mate has some huge potential upside. And at worst, it's a white grizzly bear, so we'll take it. All right, we tabled a Willforged Golem. That's a good sign. Admittedly, that's not the best in-soul artifact target, but we'll still take a Willforged Golem, whatever. We could end up getting some cheap artifacts still. All right, I'm going to take the Tinker over the Battle Mastery. Battle Mastery's fine, but we actually have a couple artifacts now, so I'd like to make our 2/3s fly if possible. We'll take a Divine Favor, not necessarily playing it. I guess we can take a Diffusion Sliver. All right, well, some decent white and blue at the end there, nothing special. So we could definitely use a little more removal, but we look all right. Some definite upgrades we could get out of pack 3 here, but we're sitting at 22 cards right now, which is pretty solid, and 14 creatures if you count the Raise the Alarm, which I do. All right, well, wow, Grind Clock is definitely a strong limited card. Takes a while to build it up, but that is pretty good. We're going to take the Constricting Sliver just because it's straight up white removal. So it's better for our plan. But yeah, Grind Clock is a pretty strong card. Thankfully we have a main deck out for it currently. Maybe it'll be resigned to sideboard, but ooh. Hushwing Griff is totally legit. Otherwise, not too much else for us here. Jace's Ingenuity's fine. Oppressive Raise, Coral Barrier, Meteorite even. But yeah, we'll take the Griff. You know, Flash Blocker, turn off entering battlefield triggers. Basically a flyer that's on color. I like it. So we'll take it. What are we cutting for it? I'm not sure yet. I think I want the Darksteel Citadel here, mostly because we have this Ensoul artifact, so I'd like the land that interacts positively with it. Otherwise, I'd take maybe, I don't even know. There's really not too much else for us anyway. What's my first cut? Maybe the Solemn Offering main deck can be cut. So we're going to take the Darksteel Citadel pretty happily. If we could get a second one even, that'd be nice. Second Paragon seems like a snap pickup. Just got a lot of white creatures, so it just makes sense in my mind. Otherwise, Tyrant's Machine is still very good with the Ensoul artifact as well. But could table something for that. Unfortunately, Radiant Fountain, not an artifact. But Triplicate Spirits is a snap pickup here. Excellent spell. Much better for our deck than Pillar of Light is, but kind of goes without saying. We may be able to do mono white again, believe it or not, but maybe not. I guess we do want to make this Ensoul artifact work, so let's take the Tyrant's Machine, get yet another artifact. Could take the Nimbus of the Isles, I guess. That's a flyer. Yeah, I guess Nimbus is... It's hard to argue the flyer, isn't it? I mean, I do want to make this Ensoul artifact work. At the same time, I want this Nimbus of the Isles. 3/3 flyers, tough to beat. I want to get full value out of our Paragon too. Let's hopefully table a Tyrant's Machine or another artifact. Well, we did get an artifact, I guess, but this one's not exactly the best with Ensoul artifact. Could take the Divination. Could also take the Chrono Stutter. Let's take the Divination. It's a little cheaper. Battle Mastery. No, let's take the Skirmisher. It's a nice 2-drop. We may be mono white again. I'm not sure yet. For now, I'm just going to pick up valuable white spells. At the end, I'm going to be able to take a look at what we're dealing with. I might end up cutting blue. But then I wish I had taken the Tyrant Soul, but then again, I'm not going to be able to play in Soul Artifact if I'm mono white, so we'll see. I may just play blue anyway. Alright. Razorfoot Griffin. I mean, Tireless Missionaries works better with the Pride Mate, but Griffin I think is just more playable. Flying First Strike, pretty good. Yeah, I think we're likely just playing mono white again. Alright, well, we got a Tireless Missionaries anyway. I do have a feeling we're going to play mono white again, but we'll see. Guess we can hate a naturalize, sure. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure we have enough cards to make mono white work. A little bit short in the 3-drop department, I guess. But let's find out what we're dealing with here. So if we're not playing blue, we probably don't need that thing or that. So let's put all our blue cards over here for now. Take a look at what we're rocking in white. So in white we have 25, yeah, with 17 creatures. Geez, it's a lot. It's more like, well, let's cut the missionaries, and then let's cut. Actually, I guess I could, theoretically, I could play it like this. I can play 16 lands pretty easily in this deck. We're monocolor. If you look at all of our expensive stuff, or at least what this, and this, so four of our six and above mana cards are all Convoke, so that's kind of a good sign. I guess we could pretty easily cut Wall of Essence, though. We probably don't need that. Then maybe I could main deck the Solemn Offering instead. But maybe I can play 17 lands anyway. I mean, I kind of see the reason not to, because you can get flooded, but I'm probably more okay with flood than I am with screw. Maybe I don't want to main deck the Divine Favor. I'd rather main deck like the Solemn Offering. There's a lot of good artifacts and enchantments in this format. And in a pinch, being able to cast it on your own dude could be valuable. Let's separate out our stuff real quick here. Keep getting booted for some reason. I'm not sure why. But I can tell you I don't like it. I do not like getting booted for no apparent reason. I got 3 Sanctified Charges? Jeez. Maybe I should go hog wild on that, especially if I'm running 17 lands. So this is 23. Yeah. Let's try triple Sanctified Charge, just because I'm just crazy enough to try and make that work. Let's group creatures separate. Well, why don't we just add lands now before my computer fails again? I'm probably just going to have to reboot my modem, I guess. I don't know. Hopefully that works. But yeah, I guess I'm going to run it like this. Mono white again. 17 creatures if you count the triplicate spirits and the Raise the Alarm, which I do. So plenty of creatures. Not a ton of removal, admittedly. Pretty low on removal, actually. Oppressive raise. Constricting sliver, so 2 pieces of removal. That's pretty light. Pretty removal light. Never good, but that's okay. Yeah, we'll try it like this. I'll see you guys round 1. Okay, successfully rebooted the modem. Hopefully it makes a difference. I guess we'll find out.